What is the fluid belief system that we mention on the show all the time? The best way to understand what we mean by the fluid belief system is by referring to a well-known quote by Aristotle which states, "It is the mark of an educated mind to be able to entertain a thought without accepting it."
So what does this mean? It means that when someone gives you information that goes against what you believe to be true or goes against your current belief system, you should at least be able to entertain the information that you've been given. This does not mean that you have to accept it, but to be open-minded, you should at least entertain the information and ask the person who is giving you this information for the facts relating to the information. If it is only based on a person's opinion, then you can choose to ignore it, as someone's opinion is not fact. An opinion only becomes fact when the facts are presented to the individual.
Now, if you give some information based on facts and they refuse to even entertain it, especially if it goes against their belief system, then they have a closed mind. The programming from the mainstream media and society in general has worked so well that they won't even entertain the facts that you're presenting to them. Most people will tell you that they have an open mind, but they really have a closed mind due to societal programming and cognitive dissonance.
Bruce Lee, a famous martial artist, said when practicing, students should be like water. We should also like to add to this and say that your belief system should also be like water, fluid. By challenging your belief system on a regular basis, you are enabling yourself to update your knowledge and educate yourself regarding your view of the world. If you are locked in a belief system, then how can you expect to learn if you are unwilling to change what you believe?
So if you put a group of open-minded people with a fluid belief system together, there shouldn't be any arguments, as everyone will be able to entertain the information given without actually having to believe it. Having a fluid belief system enables you to have open-minded conversations with other open-minded people on subjects that you would probably never come across in your day-to-day life.
We are not saying you should believe everything you are told, but just to think of the possibility of the information that is given to you. There is no harm in asking for the facts from the individual or group so you can do your own research.
If you do give your opinion, which is not based on facts but only based on what you may have heard or come across, the caveat should always be to tell the person or persons that it is only your opinion and that this may not be correct. That way you will avoid any issues with people who may think that what you said is based on fact. This takes the ego out of the equation.
We have been in situations with open-minded people where the conversation just flowed without any arguments or judgments being made. So much information and knowledge was given and gained during these meetings. We accept that we are all on a path of learning, and what might not resonate with us now might resonate with us in the future. In this situation, the best thing to do is to put any new information that does not resonate with you on the shelf and review it when you're ready, no matter how far out it may be.
Socrates said, "True wisdom comes to each of us when we realise how little we understand about life, ourselves and the world around us. We should try and avoid making assumptions without having the facts to back them up. An assumption is defined as information without proof. So what we think we know and what we actually know can be completely different. When you change the way you look at things, the things you look at change."
So we hope this tutorial has helped you to understand what we have called the fluid belief system. Changing the way you think can open up your mind to so much more information about life and the world. As spiritual beings experiencing life through physical form, our goal in life is to move away from ego and ignorance and move towards humility and wisdom. This is easy to say but harder to do. The fluid belief system is a step towards achieving this.
Knowledge gives you choice, ignorance doesn't. So your first goal is to realise that you do not know everything. Your second goal is to be in charge of your ego and do not let your ego be in charge of you. By studying both of these human traits and understanding what they are, you will be on the path to enlightenment.
Change is inevitable if you want it to be. This is what we call free will, and only you can make the change.